Bella runs away before we can see the action. After some more back and forth nonsense between Jacob and Bella, one of which involves Jacob going into Bella's room. Once again, the streak this girl has when it comes to men. Bella decides to go confront Jacob about his behavior at his home. She runs into some members of his family. She talks to them, they laugh at her, she slaps somebody. That somebody turns into a werewolf right in front of her. Jacob comes out. Bella somehow does not put two and two together that Jacob is also a werewolf, and basically a werewolf brawl happens. After that insanity, Bella gets to see Jacob's family once again, but this time knowing who they really are. Apparently Bella is quite famous in their house as the vampire girl. She gets to know the werewolves a bit, but sees some of the danger of dating a werewolf through the pack leader Sam and his fiancée Emily. Oh my. Bella and Jacob have a talk on the beach. Bella tells him to stop being a werewolf, and then accuses the werewolves of killing people.
I'm a killer.
I believe that. Well, can't you find a way to just stop? I mean, it's wrong.
I've killed people before.
It doesn't matter. It's not what you are. It's what you do. They never hurt anybody.
I'm a killer.
You've killed people, Jake. I mean, it's wrong.
Wrong.
By the way, in the first film, Edward bluntly told Bella that he has killed people and that he wants to kill her all the time. Bella took no issue with that. She believes here that the werewolves are killers, and she's just totally not fine with that. Insane. This girl has no logic. Jacob explains to her that the werewolves protect the humans of Forks. Something, need I remind you, the Cullens weren't really doing. And that the vampire that they're hunting is Victoria from the last film, who is trying to catch Bella. Bella, who apparently still wants to do dangerous things, jumps off a cliff into water, and in the water, guess who's there? Victoria, ready to seize her and kill. Victoria does not do that, even though Bella bashes her head against a rock in the water, and Victoria literally could have just gotten her right then and there, but no, she doesn't do that. What instead happens is Jacob saves her. Bella complains about coldness and heat. Jacob talks about, what if I lost it for a split second with you? Which we all know Jacob is not going to do, because he really has not shown that much temper issues towards any random people, much less Bella, throughout the film. So what he's talking about, who knows? Bella says she'll remind him of how special he is every day, and even hugs him and says that he's like his own son. He's so warm. Again, a romance. Then Bella is confronted by, guess who? Alice at Bella's home, stating that she thought Bella had killed herself because she had a vision of Bella jumping off a cliff, like she did just then. Alice's visions apparently aren't great when it comes to details. Oh, and also earlier, Jacob answered the phone in someone else's house, yes, the Swan house, saying that Charlie, Bella's father, was preparing for a funeral, and Edward jumped to the conclusion that that funeral was Bella's. So between that and Alice's vision, Edward believes that Bella is dead, and he now plans on presenting himself to the Volturi and telling them to kill him. Which, by the way, they don't want to do because they value his ability. So he has to break one of their laws, which is exposing himself to humans. No, not in that way. Apparently, the Cullen family just let Edward go do this. I don't know. Apparently, the only solution is to get Bella and go to Italy, where the boyfriend that abandoned Bella can now be saved by Bella. Jacob doesn't want her to go. Bella goes anyway. Bella travels to Italy. Bella runs across a fountain and pauses before Edward can show off his glitter skin. Now, we have seen Jacob and the werewolves be shirtless half of this film. They're all buff, muscular men. Let's see what Edward looks like when he's revealed like this. Bella stops him, and Edward states that he just couldn't live in a world where Bella doesn't exist. And I just want to have this quick little rant, if I may. See, Edward's whole thing is that he just can't live without Bella. He must have Bella around in order to survive. But if he had it his way, Bella would have a very limited life. Bella will die if she stays a human. So if Bella stays a human, she will inevitably die, and then he's going to commit. If Bella dies anyway, he will eventually want to himself. But he doesn't want Bella to become a vampire. I'm not saying that Edward is looking for an excuse to do that, but one can only reach a certain conclusion after observing everything that he has said. His logic does not make sense. He does not want Bella to be a vampire, but then he never wants her to die, is what I am trying to say. All is not over yet for Edward and Bella. The Volturi summon them. The Volturi kick Edward's butt. Oh, it was satisfying. And they find out that Edward broke one of their rules, which is not telling humans about the world of vampires. They explain that Bella wants to become a vampire, so it's fine. Bella makes this movement. She does this. Please, please, kill me. It's dead. Like, girl, what was that? Aro, that is the leader of the Volturi, says something about Bella wanting to give up her life for one of them, a soulless being like them. That comes up again. Bella believes that Edward does have a soul, that vampires do have souls, and that she does not care that he is a vampire, and that she herself wants to be one someday, and the Volturi just kind of lets her off the hook after that. Aro tries to read Bella's mind, but realizes that he can't see anything. The scene would have been much better if he had said, "Wow, I cannot see anything. You must be that dumb." As they leave the Volturi, Bella, Edward, and Alice see lines of people being lined up as pigs for slaughter. Now, here's the thing. Bella does not want anyone to die, obviously. She has talked to the werewolves about this. She has talked to, really, just the werewolves. She doesn't care what the Cullens do. But overall, the impression we are supposed to have is that Bella does not want to kill anyone or does not want to be a part of murder. But she's not horrified by seeing these people be lined up like this. Or at least, not in the way she should be. The Cullens are shown as good constantly because they're vegetarians. But they then say over and over again that the cravings for human blood are still there, no matter how much animal blood that they consume. So really what Bella just saw is a basic part of being a vampire. And this never changes her mind. Seeing the horrors of what it means to be a vampire doesn't change Bella's mind in the slightest. And it's odd and makes Bella thoughtless. It really does. Alice shows Aro that Bella will indeed become a vampire someday. Aro lets them off the hook, for now at least. Bella returns home to her father. She talks to the Cullens about her becoming a vampire, asks for a vote. Most of them say, except for Rosalie, that Bella should become a vampire. Edward is hesitant. Carlisle states that Edward has pretty much already said he won't live without Bella, so Charlie says Bella must become a vampire because Carlisle does not want to lose his son. Now, isn't Carlisle cool? Isn't Carlisle a good parent or a good character? I certainly think so. While Edward and Bella are driving, they run into Jacob, and Bella is confronted between a choice. The choice between the guy who is more attractive, has a better family, a better sense of humor, a better personality, is just basically better in every way than the last guy she dated, or the last guy she dated who abandoned her, slung her against the wall, has threatened died if she ever leaves him or dies at all and has prevented her from making a life decision that she wants. Her answer is clearly stated as anything could be. You guessed it, she picks her first boyfriend. Yes, she does. Okay. Jacob is shown often as being somewhat possessive of Bella in these films, although to be honest, I didn't see it as that big of an issue. I didn't really see much toxicity from Jacob, especially not towards Bella. Bella even tells Jacob to not make her choose between the two of them because Edward will always win. Jacob probably should realize that he's too good for her anyway and trots away. Edward proposes marriage to Bella, which she does not answer because we need that sweet, sweet cliffhanger for Eclipse. I can't wait for the love triangle to return. And that was Twilight New Moon. It was not as good as the first film, but sequels are often like that. Edward continued to be the way he was since the last film. I think Vera pretty much filled you in on all of that. Jacob really came off as a good, caring, fun guy who cared about the woman that he loves. Bella was Bella. Charlie and Carlisle continue to be two of the best characters in these films. Overall, though, there really was no plot. The majority of characters were hit or miss. Overall, I give it a 5 out of 10. Definitely not the best. Now, if you would like a good film to watch that has vampires in it, I highly recommend Interview with the Vampire. It's very, very good. It's a popular film. I think most people have heard of it, but there's a reason why. It's a good film. If you like vampires, do check it out. I suppose at some point I'll have to let Delaney out of the closet.
This was supposed to be my review!
But before I do that, I'd like to talk a little bit more about myself. See, I'm an attorney for all fields, real estate, criminal cases, anything. So if you need to hit me up, be sure to contact me.